I want a do-over. I didn't get the time that I wanted last year, and I love the race. I love the venue. I love the people here. I love racing in the South, and just wanted to come back and try it again. My first experience was a half, so I'm not one of those people that went right for it, because I wanted to kind of get an idea about pacing and nutrition, and had to study it first, and then decide that that's really what I wanted to do. And so in 2014, I went for it and signed up for my first full Ironman in Boulder, and unfortunately didn't cross that finish line. Someone ran me off the road. I was with my training partner, and they aggressively came in between us, and I had no room to maneuver, and I landed in the middle of the road. And I remember just a couple of minutes before the accident happened, we were going down this country road, and I looked down at my speedometer, and I was going like 26 miles an hour. And I thought, if the race was tomorrow, I would nail it. Like, I felt so good. And then it just ended. I broke my back, so T5 and T6. I broke my jaw, and had a brainstem injury, TBI, of course. And so it was life-changing, to say the least. My husband thought I was crazy. He said, I cannot believe you just were thrown from your bike, and you're in the hospital, you're about to have surgery, and you're already thinking about next year. And it wasn't even a choice for me. It was, I've got to finish. I got to finish what I started. And as soon as I got out of the hospital, I went to the gym, and I got on the Stairmaster, and I started working out. That was all I could really do. So I could do the Stairmaster slowly, but I would do it for like up to 2.5 hours. The recumbent bike, or I could walk, and that was it. But everything was for Boulder 2015. That's all I could think about. I had to actually ride down the same road where my accident happened. And I could see my training partner off on the right-hand side jumping up and down like a crazy woman in the exact same spot where I had my accident. And I started crying, because finally I had replaced that horrible memory with my friend Michelle jumping up and down like a crazy lady. And now at this point in my life, every time I go down that street, I think about Michelle jumping up and down. Just before I went through the finisher chute, she was standing there, and I looked over at her and I started crying again. I'm not a crier, but this particular race, I cried. And she said, don't you cry, they're gonna take your picture. You gotta stop crying. And I did, but it was a great memory, and I'm glad that she was there to support me, and my husband as well, who still thinks I'm crazy. This is gonna be my 4th full. I appreciate life. I look at the sunrise, the sunsets now when I'm riding. I take pictures, I do goofy selfies on my bike, but I have just one life, and I want to live it, and I don't think that I was fully living before I had the accident. And you know, every day is a new day for me, and I just want to live it to the fullest. Keep moving, just keep moving forward, one foot in front of the other, and don't look back. It's so easy when you go through something like this to focus on it and to dwell on it. You know, some people like to wallow in the misery, and I try to focus on what I learned from the experience and how I grew, and to take that and grow even more. You just got to keep moving. You got to keep moving forward. Don't look back, and don't let it define you.